Some of the strangest facts in science are not about the unknown, they're about familiar things behaving in unfamiliar ways. From planets and stars to medicine, wildlife, and machinery, these are the moments where scale and mechanism collide. TOI 1853b is Neptune-sized, yet its measured density is greater than steel. That is not what size alone suggests. To read a planet correctly, astronomers treat size and density as separate clues. Size tells the outline, while density comes from mass packed into that outline. For TOI 1853b, measured mass and measured size combine into one surprising result. The numbers point to a planet denser than steel, not just a large gas-rich body. That makes TOI 1853b a counterintuitive exoplanet. A Neptune-sized world can still hide an extremely packed interior. So the lesson is simple and strange: planet size does not tell the whole story. A distant world can look ordinary at the edge and extreme at the core, like a steel-packed sphere in space. This star is shown as slightly smaller than Earth. That size comparison looks impossible at first glance. The object is Sirius B, and it is still a star. The key detail is that the comparison is about size, not brightness. Sirius B is a white dwarf. That means it is a dense remnant left after a star changes state. So a star can shrink into a much smaller body without losing its stellar gravity. The result is extreme compactness in a tiny sphere. Put Earth beside it, and the scale becomes real. A planet-sized outline can nearly match a star remnant, sitting beside a bright white sphere. Some women with endometriosis can bleed from their lungs during their period. The timing is the strange part. Endometriosis is a medical condition tied to tissue like the uterine lining. Usually, people think of the uterus first. In rare cases, that tissue appears outside the uterus. If it reaches the chest, the lungs can be involved. Then the menstrual cycle can trigger bleeding in the lungs. The bleed follows the period, not the calendar by chance. So one condition can reach beyond the uterus and show up in the chest. A period-linked lung bleed is a body-wide clue. Lungworms in marine mammals help lead to a rescue center. That is a strange path from parasite to building. Marine mammal care needs space, equipment, and people ready to respond. When sick animals arrive, every tank and hose matters. Lungworms are parasites that live inside the body and can make breathing harder. That pressure created a real need for organized rescue and treatment. That need helped drive the Pacific Marine Mammal Center into existence. It became a place where injured or sick marine mammals could be treated. A rescued animal in a recovery pen now meets the center built for that work. The tank, the hoses, and the quiet shoreline all stay in view. A hearing test for returned servicemen helped lead to the high-speed dental drill. That connection sounds impossible at first. John Walsh was doing hearing tests on returned servicemen. The work sat inside applied medicine, where measurement can point toward a new tool. From that testing work came a practical idea for dentistry: a faster drill. The key change was speed, which made cutting tooth material more efficient. The high-speed dental drill changed the dentist's chair. Work that once felt slow could move with a smaller, quicker spinning tip. So a hearing test project became part of everyday dentistry. On the bench, a compact drill sits beside test leads and a notepad. One astronomer has a name on an asteroid, a comet, and a plesiosaur. Those three labels point to David Rankin. An asteroid and a comet belong to astronomy. A plesiosaur belongs to paleontology, the study of fossils in ancient life. David Rankin is the shared name behind all three honors. That is the unusual part: one person crossing two scientific naming worlds. The result is a name that travels from the night sky to ancient rock. Each object keeps its own field, but the name links them. So three labels can circle one person: asteroid, comet, and plesiosaur. On paper, they sit in different catalogs beside David Rankin. A book about fly biology was listed for more than $23 million. Shipping cost extra. The subject is entomology, the study of insects. The surprise is not the topic, but the listing price beside it. Rare books can gain value from scarcity, history, and collector demand. A technical subject can become a luxury object when only a few copies matter. So the listing itself becomes the headline. The price, not the fly, pulls the eye first. A worn cover, a fly biology title, and a luxury price tag can share one shelf. Even the shipping line feels oversized beside the paper and cloth. A guided missile computer ended up in a brain tissue lab. That sounds impossible until you see the hardware on the bench. Sachio Ashida rebuilt the computer for research. He adapted it from guidance hardware into a machine for experiments on brain tissue. The key step was repurposing, not replacing. A machine built for control was reconfigured to handle scientific signals in the lab. That shift gave researchers specialized hardware without starting from zero. The lab could use a complex system already built for precise timing and control. Old military electronics sat beside petri dishes and probes. In that lab, a missile computer became a tool on the bench. If one fact changed how you see the world, the next one probably will too. Subscribe for more evidence-led stories, and tell us which detail surprised you most.